at the house, man. Today is a little different. This episode is a little different. Every story that I've ever done has a beginning, a middle, and an end. For me, it's not that. It's not a beginning. It's not a middle. It's not an end. It's where it was. I mean, where it started, where it was, and where it is. This is probably the hardest, funnest topic I've had to go about discussing. But it was something that had to happen. It was something that had to be shed to the light. I met a woman who literally set my soul on fire. And for a long time, I was one of them dudes that was like, man, I'm not falling in love. I'm not being in love. I'm not doing that. I'm not doing any of that. I was one of them dudes. I ran the streets. I ran from woman to woman. I messed up a lot of relationships with a lot of good people because of my ways. And I guess it was a defense mechanism because I had been hurt so much. I had seen so many things in my life that made me feel like, damn, love is not for me. And then you fall in love. And then you have that moment where you have that lapse of weakness and you let people in, and then people disappoint you. They hurt you. They let you down. They turn their back on you. They make you feel like nothing. I've been there a few times. I turned my back on a lot of people also. You know, a lot of times I felt like I failed as a father at times because of how things went with my kids' mothers. And I know I'm a good father. I know. But we have the moments where you think back and you look back and you be like, damn, I really, really messed up. I met Chaunte during probably me coming out of a rough spot. When I say that, I was with my kid's mother and I felt like it was the end of the road for me. So I had already checked out of that situation. But at the same time, she still lived under my roof. And, you know, we still had 2 kids. But I had checked out. I had completely checked out of that. I knew in my heart that I was not ready to settle. I met Chaunte and I gotta be honest. I gotta be honest. I met her and then I knew. I was scrolling down Instagram and I saw, and I had seen this woman before. I was sure of it. I was sure that I have seen this woman before and I couldn't put my finger on it, on where. So, you know, I sent her a message and we chopped it up. One thing led to another. We formed a bond. It was a lot of common things. We were just talking on Instagram. she split for like 2 weeks. I hadn't heard from her. We had that whole good weekend of just talking. And then like 2 weeks, she had split. She had fell back because when I finally reached back out to her, she was saying that she wasn't ready and she didn't want to lead me on or whatever the case was. And I told her, you didn't have to worry about that. You know, I'm a big boy. So we talked that whole weekend again and we decided to link up. Best day ever. Real talk. Best day fucking ever. You know, that was the best day of my life, honestly. And I knew then that this is where I wanted to be. It was different. Usually when you're in a relationship with me, I end up having to take care of a lot of things. I end up having to take care of everything. I ended up having to be, and after a while, that got stressful. That got tiring. So it was a breath of fresh air to run into a woman who had her own, who didn't necessarily need me to take care of her. If I wanted to, cool. But she had her own thing. She had her own thing. And that is a blessing in itself. It's a blessing when, you know, you are just there just to help. You don't have to be Michael Jordan. You don't have to be Kobe. You don't have to be, you know, Superman. You could just be you. She would always tell me that she remembered me too. And then she told me that I used to ride her bus. She used to be a bus driver some years back. And I had to think about it like, you know what? That might be it. And she said I used to always tell her that I was going to make her mine. And I believed it because I knew in my heart that certain things don't pass you by. And I used to be like, in my mind, like, this is where I wanted to be. A woman who didn't necessarily take my bullshit because I came with a lot of bullshit. I'm a man who came with 7 kids. You know, to the average woman, they would have ran. They would have ran. I don't think that she was the average woman. I don't think she was the average woman. I thought Chaunte was, when I met her, it took a special case to deal with me. So I wasn't going for average. I wasn't going for the average woman. You know what I'm saying? I wasn't going for average. I didn't want average. I wanted extraordinary because I wanted something real, something special. I wanted something understanding. I wanted something positive. I wanted something loyal. I wanted something real. And I got that. I got that from you. I got that from her. And for a moment, I was so standoffish about my relationship because I didn't want to screw it up. I didn't want to be a fuck up. I didn't want to mess it up. I wanted to be my own person, but I also wanted to know that when you are in a relationship, it is 2 people instead of 1. So no matter who I am still in this thing with somebody else. A lot of men ain't gonna come out and be like, yeah, well, it was always her fault. And I ain't do nothing. And yeah, this is how we talk. We never felt like we did nothing. I did a lot. I did a lot. I lied a lot. I cheated a lot. I disrespected and violated a lot. And be that as it may, because I'm going to tell y'all, it was never one-sided in my household. It was never one-sided. It was never, I was the one that was only lying. I was the one that was only stepping out. I was the one that was being disrespected. I was the only one that was violated. No, it was a two-way street because Chaunte is no pushover. She's not a pushover. So it wasn't like it was just me doing all. But I, as the leader of the house, I take responsibility because, be that as it may, tit for tat isn't a good leadership quality. Pointing fingers isn't a good leadership quality. So yes, I owned up to that, and I'll admit, I was in a fucked up space. I was in a fucked up space when I did a lot of dirt. I was in a fucked up space, and that's not an excuse. It's not. It's just reality. I was in a fucked up space. My mind wasn't where it wanted to be. You know what I'm saying? Chaunte is a dominant person, and as a man, I was attracted to that shit. I was attracted to a dominant, strong woman because I'm not throwing shade, but in my past, I have not had dominant, strong women. And it's not a shot at anybody. It's just, this was different. This was something different. You had a woman that knew who I was, knew what I did, knew what I was out here doing, and still said, I'm not going to take your bullshit. I don't give a fuck who you are to the world or who you are in the streets or what you've done. I don't care about any of that. You're not going to do it with me, to me, and around me. It was rough. It was a lot of rough times, man. It was a lot of fights. It was a lot of kickouts. It was a lot of bad, angry words that were spewed between me and her, and it sucked. Every time it happened, it sucked a little bit more out of me because I felt like, damn, here we go again. I'm about to go back to the old me, and the old me is, I don't give a fuck what's happening, what's going on. I'm going to do me, and I don't care about nobody's feelings. There would be times that I would get caught and I wouldn't even care because I felt like it was just stupid. Like, this shit, I was fighting a losing battle. I ain't have a voice. I ain't have a say-so. It was petty arguments over dumb shit. It was always being accused. It was just a whole bunch of shit on both ends. But I knew deep down inside, I found this woman, and anything worth having was worth fighting for. That's what I was told. So I fought for it every day. I fought for it because that's what I truly wanted. You know what I'm saying? Despite my mistakes, my flaws, my step outs, that's what I truly wanted. I'm a man who came in with a lot of baggage. I came in with a lot of baggage, a lot of anger, a lot of attitudes. I came in not ready in some ways, but ready in other ways. So I was ready. I wanted to give my kids something that I didn't give their mothers, and that was something to look forward to. Like, hey, Pops did it. Pops, he did it. So about the 7th or 8th month of us being together, because we had already been together, we had already been through hell and back, I felt like I loved this woman. And I'll tell you the breaking point of when I knew that I loved this woman. I was doing this podcast, this right here, what I'm doing right now. And I had a lot of people flake on me. I had situations in the past that did not work out that I still regret. Um, for those of you that were here early on, it was me and it was Miss Bree. And I love Miss Bree to death. But Miss Bree only wanted to do this because I asked her to. Miss Bree already had a full busy schedule and she took time away from me. So that in itself is heartfelt for me. And I will always honor her for that. Always. That's my sister. No matter where we go in life, that is my sister. Um, I had a lot of people. I was back and forth from Chicago. It was hectic. And I would sit here and I would tell her all my dreams and all my plans. Like, I want to do this, this, and this. And I'm going to tell you, to have a woman that doesn't know too much about your world, but is still willing to try just to help you, that's something you never want to let go. She said, I remember the words clear as day. I don't know nothing about podcasting. But if you need me to sit in with you, I'll sit in with you. You know, I know your show. I know how you are, and I'm gonna be there. I can keep up. And that's how it started, man. It started from there. Like that warm, fuzzy feeling inside. Like it started from there. Because I had a woman who took, excuse me, who took a little bit of my world, a little bit of her world, and put it in my world. Shine a light in my world that I never thought I would see. Took a man who had 7 kids, who had baggage, who had drama, who had a lifestyle that she wasn't used to, and she put herself in the middle of that. So I looked at that as a blessing in itself. I looked at that as, yo, I really want this woman. I really want this woman to understand me, where I'm coming from, and that I am very serious. Even though I have had my slip ups, I want this woman to know that, yo, I want to be with you. And man, it was beautiful. I don't let chicks who I didn't have kids by meet my moms, because I knew it wasn't serious. She thought she was doing something for me when she took me to Chicago for Father's Day, but in all actuality, I was doing something for her. I was letting her meet the crazy side of my family, let her meet my people, let her get to know, because deep down inside, I had already told OG, like, I think I'm ready to take that step. And she didn't know that meeting OG was the final test for that. If OG liked her, then I knew what it was. And OG loved her. You know what I'm saying? The family loved her. And it was so beautiful, because my mom is like my biggest inspiration in life. So if moms liked you, then yeah, I was there. You was in there. Not too long after that, we got married. We got married. The marriage, it happened quick, but I knew that, and y'all know the marriage story. For the ones that don't, basically we were just sitting there, we were talking, basketball was on, and I just took the ring. I had it, And I threw it behind my back like a Chris Paul no look pass. And she caught it. Believe it or not, she caught it. And I don't even think she was looking at it, but she caught it. And I just told her, I asked her, like, so we gonna do this or what? You gonna marry me or what? And that's how it came about. That's how it came about. What's a wedding story without a hitch, though? On the way to the courthouse, we were sitting in the car. I had Bailey and his wife. Shout out to them. They were sitting in the car in the back. So now Chaunte is known to argue and show out in front of my friends. Not like she's stunning the front or anything, but she just don't give a fuck who's around. You know what I'm saying? She gonna say what the fuck she has to. She gonna speak her mind, regardless. I know people be like, oh, you don't never let her talk. I'ma tell you, she talks when she wants to. So I'm scrolling, being ignorant. We pulling up to the courthouse. Now I have many, many different Facebook pages. This one page I was actually on because someone had sent me some stuff, some information that I was trying to get access to. And I ain't gonna lie, I had Facebook date on this profile. And I hadn't used it, but I had it. And you notice Facebook send you notifications. They send you notifications. So I'm going through the notifications. I don't know why I did that, but I'm going through the notifications and I see a girl. She sent me a message telling me how she liked my profile, all this and all that. So I scroll down to her page, just out of curiosity. And she was in damn near lingerie, and I'm just scrolling down the page, her profile. Not an inbox message. Chaunte swears up and down it was an inbox message, but the truth, in all honesty, is it was her profile. Chaunte literally snapped. She snapped. She snapped. So Bailey's looking at me. Deidre's looking at me. I hope I said that right. If I didn't, I apologize. Because Chaunte's going off. So I'm shutting up because, again, this is supposed to be a happy occasion. So, she ready to call it off. She ready to spaz out. She ready to call it off. Like, fuck this. She ain't finna do it. She been through this shit before with me. She ain't finna do it. Da. Now, mind you, I wasn't even worried about her being upset. I'm just telling her, this is what really pissed her off. This is what pissed her off. I said, you do know that, we can't get the money back. I'm like, we already paid for this shit. So you do know we can't get this money back. And if we can't get this money back, I'm going to be pissed. So we're here. We might as well go ahead on and do it and get it over with. We'll deal with this situation later. Because, again, we got company. I ain't finna wild out. She parks. We get out. Everybody else is walking. They at the courthouse. Chaunte is slow dragging. She is slow dragging. She is walking. She is slow dragging. So we get to the courthouse. We do it. And we do it. We cross that threshold. And my best friend showed up. Shout out to Lisha. She showed up. And it was something that we wanted to do. And believe me, when everybody departed, because Bailey and them got a ride, they wasn't finna see the aftermath of what was about to happen. We got a ride, and I heard every bit of anger after the shit. Told me a new one. And she just told me the things that she wasn't gonna tolerate, things that she wasn't gonna allow, and things of that nature, and vice versa. So we had crossed that line, and there was no looking back. This is where it was. This is where it was. There was no looking back. When I tell y'all, marriage life is hard, but it's fulfilling if you let it. Yes, that woman, when I could tell y'all, that woman truly took care of me. You know what I'm saying? She took care of me. She might had not been for my bullshit or none of the other shit, but when it came down to holding down the house, holding down the kids, holding down me, oh man, I couldn't have asked for a better person. I work crazy hours. You know what I'm saying? Like, I am a man that does not stop working. I am always working. I literally have 3 jobs. Okay. I'm always working because I never want to be in a situation where my kids are without, where I'm without, where she's without. So I'm literally always working around the clock. And sometimes I work too much. It started from just the podcasting. Then it went from the podcast conglomerate. Then it went from Battlecast. Then it went from Bet the House Musical Hour. It is like so many fucking projects. And then I want to drop a documentary. I want to drop an EP for the podcast. I want to do music again. It is so much that she had to pour on and deal with because Big Smash had all these fucking ideas. And I never let anybody in on these ideas because, again, I be feeling like, yo, I can do this shit. But then my brothers, Red, Dale, and Rudy, you know, they be on me a lot. I am the little brother who gets on everybody's nerves, but they all understand that I have a good heart, and it's my passion that wants me to succeed. So shout out to my brothers. I know I can be a pain in the ass, but I adore and love all of you motherfuckers, truly. So, she picked up a lot. Like, our support system is just us. You know what I'm saying? Because we are the ones that are here. It's just us. You know, it's us. It's me and her. We riding to the wheels fall off. 9 kids, no problem. Bills, no problem. Family life, no problem. People don't like us, no problem. Cool. It was just me and her. You know what I'm saying? And we're used to that. I support everything this woman wanted to do because that is what I'm supposed to do. That person, she is a beautiful soul. And a lot of times I sit here and be like, damn, I am not worthy of you. A lot of times I look at her and just be like, I ain't worthy of you. But I'm going to make myself worthy. I'm going to improve. I'm going to do whatever it takes. However it goes, I'm going to do whatever it takes. This was my mentality. And then all this bad shit started happening. You know, all this shit started happening. I stepped out. And she found out about it because of my dumb ass. I don't know what the fuck I was thinking. Like, when I stepped out, I had the nerve to record it. And when I recorded it, I saved everything to Google Drive. And I was at work one day. She went through this old phone I had, and the Google Drive is still connected to that phone still to this day. And she saw just about everything. Everything you could imagine. It was ugly. And she left. She left. She left. I was out here foul. I ain't even gonna flex. I was foul. There was no explanation for it, except the only thing I could say, and this is the truth, was this was the time my sons had got took away from me. and I was stressed out, and I couldn't talk to her about it because she was taking that as I still wanted the kid's mother. And I tried to make it plain as day, like, yo, this is not the case. I don't give a damn about, you know, the kid's mother. I don't care about any of that. You know, it was just me and the kids. And I went through a spell when she left. So there would be a lot of times, a lot of episodes, Chaunte wouldn't be on these episodes because Chaunte wasn't here. She wasn't around. And yeah, she uncovered everything. She saw everything. There was no denying it. And I'm gonna tell you the truth. If it wasn't for OG, it probably would have never got put back in perspective, because that's who was her shining light. That's who was my saving grace, because OG let her know, like, when you dealing with the boy men, that it's a lot. It's a lot, because we all have seen and done some crazy things in our life. So she was gone. We worked it out. We worked it out. It wasn't easy though. It wasn't easy because it was always accusing. It was always going through shit. It was always, yeah, it was a lot. It was a lot. But if I wanted to make it work, this is what I signed up for, because the trust was not there, and it could be there, but it wasn't there. And I had to earn that. And I got that. So I did that. I did a lot of foul shit, man. I did a lot of foul shit. I hurt her in ways that I never even thought was possible. It was a lot of abuse. It was a lot of mental abuse. It was some physical abuse. It was rough. It was rough. And this was on both ends. It was rough. It wasn't just me. You know, again, Chaunte holds her own. So there were times where, you know, it would really go there. And it goes there because anger, mistrust, all of that played a part in it. And it went there. We had chances after chances after chances after chances after chances to make it right. And it didn't go that way. You know, there were times where, again, I had visions on how I wanted my marriage to be. I had visions. I am the leader. It's up to me to lead in the right direction. And I didn't. Sometimes I didn't. Like, I didn't. I truly loved that woman. I did. But then you run into that patch where, yeah, you believe in my dreams. Yeah, you stand by me. Yeah, you hold me down. Yeah, you have saved me out of jams that not the normal man would go through. Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. That's why I married you, because I felt like you were the piece of the puzzle that was missing. And that's why the puzzle never got finished. So yeah, I wanted forever with her. I wanted to be with her. I wanted to grow and adapt with her. It was stress. We were expecting. I was the happiest dude in the world because I knew this is number 10. My 7 plus her 2 plus our 1. This was number 10. I was excited. I was ready. I was the happiest dude in the world. Like, all right, well, you know, we ready. We gonna do this. And then this ex, she reared her ugly head. She couldn't have me. We wasn't gonna be together. But I gave her hope that we were gonna be together, even though I was married. I was living at home. I gave her hope, and I led her on, and that caused the biggest rift up to date. Like, this was bigger than everything because this woman was relentless. She got to sending Chaunte everything, messages, Uber receipts, everything. Like, now this woman is carrying my child. She got to deal with the fact that her husband is out here stepping out on the regular. She got to deal with that. She was stressed. She was going through shit. We was always arguing. We was arguing more over this situation because I put a dead to it. And then Shorty brought it back up. Because the first time Chaunte went through my phone and seen my messages to this girl and messaged this girl, and this girl got real spouty at the mouth. I deaded that. But then I went back to the situation. And this time the girl reached out to Chaunte because she seen the show. She seen the Instagram love and all of that. So she went back to Chaunte and told Chaunte a bunch of this, and this. Here's the proof. And boom, it exploded. We ended up losing the baby. Stress, I'm pretty sure, played a factor in that. I blamed her. She blamed me. At the time, everything was just crumbling. Everything was crumbling. She was into it with me. I was into it with her. So I went from having this backbone to watching it break every day. This backbone was breaking. It was breaking. It was breaking. And it eventually was going to break. And I think this is the straw that broke the back. And yes, we ended up separating. There were times when I felt like exes and shit were pulling up, were popping up to ruin my marriage. It was times that exes on our end, on both our ends, on my end and her end, they were just popping up to ruin, what we put together. And so now you put the final piece in the coffin. My child did not see the light of day, and yes, it was rough. It was super rough. It hurt so fucking much. It hurt. It hurt every day. It still hurts, but it's gonna be all right. That's what I always tell her. Like, this door closed on us, but God is gonna open up an even bigger door. So we still young. We still have time. That was my words to her. This is not the end. I wanted to be a man, but it's hard being a man to a woman who has everything, who's used to doing everything on her own anyway. So she's so independent that, you don't have a shot in hell if you don't have tough skin. And I had tough skin. I did. It was just rough. It was fucking rough, man. Life is rough. But it was still the most fulfilling thing to know that I had somebody that believed in me, that stood by me, that understood that, hey, I am not perfect. Yes, I'm going to screw up. And that was her for me. She was my backbone when I screwed up. She was everything I wanted in a woman. That was where we was. Where we are now. I think we've ran off course. I had a lot of things going on. Chaunte had things going on. We have not been there for each other like we should. And it's a wedge that has been drawn apart. This past weekend, I buried my aunt. And worst experience I've ever felt in a very long time. Chaunte was not with me. So I had to go through that alone. On the day of the funeral, I reached out to her because at the end of the day, you are still a part of me. And ugly words turned into ugly words. And on this day, it should not have went to ugly words. But Chaunte simply just said that she wanted me to fall back. Now, being that I have been with this woman, everything that she was saying, I had heard it before. So it wasn't a shock or anything to me. But no, she actually was fed up. Because on my way here, I ended up getting on a Greyhound. On my way here, I was disappointed because we had some issues with the rental, and all of this just so happened to happen on the day that I had to be in Chicago, and it just happened. And I just told her, "Hey, maybe this ain't working. Maybe we made a mistake. Maybe we are not the people for each other." And she agreed. And it ran its course. Too much had been done. But you know me. I came back a few hours later and told her, "Hey, I love you. I want to be with you. I want to work this out." I don't think her heart was in it. So I told her, I said, "Hey, I want to work this out, but if your heart is not in it, then I'm not going to force you to sit here and act like you want this and you truly don't." So I said, "You could tell me that and I'll back off." And she told me that I should just back off. And I was so angry. I was like, "Yo, the worst day of my life in a long time is here. And, and you're telling me that I have to bury that and my aunt at the same day." It was so fucking hard to get through that day. And it was rough. It was super fucking rough, man. It was rough as fuck. But we made it. I made it through that day. And after the funeral, I sent a message. I was like, "You know what? I'm kind of glad you didn't play it off like you were riding with me. You were here for me today." And then when I got back, it was over. It was over. It was over. It was over. Because then I felt like that would have been fake. So I'm kind of glad that you ended that with me being straight up. Now, I could think of a million reasons why I was told to back off. All my bullshit, all my drama, exes coming back. She had this one ex that I truly believe he couldn't let go, and he was in the picture. It was all kind of bullshit that I felt like was a reason for the downfall. But then I thought about it like, you know what? I'm the reason. I'm the reason. I was supposed to lead. I was supposed to be the leader. I was supposed to lead us to the top. And instead, I led us left, right, up, down, brick walls. And I never pushed as hard as I should have. And I made mistakes and I stepped out and I lied and I cheated and I did wrong and all of this abuse and all of this came and played a part in it. I did it. It was me. I wouldn't own up about my marriage. I wouldn't own up about my life. I would tell people pictures and stuff that I was posting was podcast promo, which in actuality was. But this person made it seem like I was saying that she was podcast promo and all of this sucking in and everything that I was saying I couldn't do right. You get told every single day, hey, you're doing this wrong. You're doing that wrong. You ain't doing this right. You can't do this right. Da, 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 da. It used to be, hey, I believe in you. Hey, you're somebody. Hey, we're going to get it done. We're going to make it happen. We're going to do it together. And I would always ask her, I would always say, hey, what are 5 things that you like about me? What are 5 things that I do right? And I could never get an answer, a true answer. Not the answer I was looking for, but what I did get told every day was what I did wrong. And that wore me down, that weighed me down, because I am a man who gets up every single fucking day and busts his ass. I ain't just sitting around laying on my ass. I ain't just watching TV all day. I'm out here grinding, trying to secure a fucking future for my kids, my life, my wife, and everything else around me. This was my bringing to the table. I brought hard work 24/7. So yeah. Big Smash, Kendall, boy, I fucked up. I used to be angry all weekend. I was angry. I was upset. I was hurt. I was pissed. I wanted to go crazy. But then I thought about it like, maybe it's for the best. Maybe it's for the best. Maybe it's for an understanding. I don't know what God's plans is. I'm not here to question that. But I do know that no matter where we are in life, no matter where we go in life, no matter what we do, no matter what we've done, no matter what we have said, I will love you until the day that I die. I will love you until the day that I die. Not the day that you die. I will love you until the day that I fucking die. I don't care where we are in life, who we go be with, what we accomplish. I am nothing. I haven't accomplished shit until I met you. You pushed me to be a bigger person. You pushed me to be strength. You pushed me to step up and do everything that I'm doing right now is because of you. So no, this isn't a bashing moment or telling this person how bad they hurt me. No, this ain't that. This is a thank you. This is a thank you for every single thing, every single moment, every single inspiration you have put in me. This is a thank you for teaching me and showing me exactly what I needed to do and how I needed to do it in order to succeed. So I thank you. I will love you until the day that I die. Nobody can take that away from me. Nobody can hurt me. Nobody can say anything that I didn't give my all, because Lord knows I gave my all and I could have done more. And hey, I don't know. I could have done more. And in time, the next door that's open for me, I will not fail. I will not take it for granted. have loved you since the day we met. I have loved you when we met. I have loved you in the middle, the beginning, the end, the interlude, all of that. It didn't work out how I visualized. It didn't work out how I planned. But I could say, hell, I could look back and say, yo, I had a ball. We had a ball. We did some amazing things together. There wasn't shit that we couldn't do. And I thank God for it because we didn't struggle. I mean, we struggled, but we didn't struggle. We never went hungry. We was never broke. We did what the fuck we had to do. Our kids never wanted for shit. Thank you for showing me how to love. Thank you for showing me how to grow. Thank you for showing me how to not give a fuck what others think. Thank you for loving my children. I think about what could have been all the time with Oz. I do. I appreciate everything you ever did for me. I was not perfect, but I tried. I truly tried. And I failed sometimes, but I succeeded a lot, man. Look, let me tell you, we had a fucking ball. And I ain't gonna let nobody tell me differently. I love you. I always will. Bet the house is bet the house because of you. Thank you. This isn't goodbye. We're just going a while without seeing each other. Just know, like I said, I will love this woman until the day that I leave this earth. You were my person. And that's just how it is. It's bet the house, man. Final thoughts is when you got somebody good, you hold on to them. In the words of life. All right, man. I thank everybody for ever listening to me, for ever rocking out with me. I appreciate it. I appreciate this woman. In more words than anything, I would truly bet the house on this woman. It's your boy Big Smash. Bet the house.